Stampede, stampede, stampede. When I hear of stampede, what comes to my mind is Lion King. It was stampede that killed Mufasa, right? Well, that's by the way. We hear of stampede at a time like this, and it's so sad that people that have good intentions to give Christmas giveaway to families, to friends, to relatives, to other people, things happen and there's a stampede. We heard of stampede in Badon. We heard of stampede in Metama. We heard of stampede in Anambra. And people have lost their relatives, their loved ones, and it is so sad. May God give them the strength to go through a time like this. Now, these things could have been avoided. Now, these things can be avoided. Now, when you plan to do a giveaway, not online giveaway, I've never heard of stampede from online giveaway. When you plan to do giveaway, there are things to consider. This is my own opinion. Now, you can add more to in the comment section. Number one, use Jesus principle. What is Jesus principle? Understand that you cannot have physical contact with everybody. So if you want to share a bag of rice, you want to share money, you want to distribute oil, you want to distribute Maggi, understand that you cannot do it alone. So don't tell everybody to line up, you want to share this. Use Jesus principle. And what is Jesus principle? Like I asked, Jesus principle is that when Jesus wanted to distribute food to the multitude, the loaves and the bread and the fish and everything, what did he do? He gave his disciples, and the disciples what? Distributed to the crowd. So if you want to distribute things, understand that you have different distribution centers. Give to people to distribute for you. Don't be the king in the house. Don't be the only one distributing it. Yes, those things are yours. Yes, everything is yours, but don't be the only one distributing it. That is crisis you are calling. That is crisis waiting to happen. If you are the only one distributing, everybody will gather and you cannot control the crowd. Just imagine the federal government wants to distribute bags of rice and Tinubu is standing at Eagle Square saying everybody come and distribute. No, what does he do? He gives to governors, he gives to senators, he gives to House of Rep members. They distribute to their constituencies, they distribute to their local government, they distribute where? To their state. So understand that you must use Jesus principle. Another thing to also consider is that have the multiplication effect in your head. These things triple. So if you want to give 100 people, announce that you want to give 30 people. If you want to give 1,000 people, announce that you want to give 300 people. Because the amount you announce, the number you announce will always triple. If not more than even triple even self. So don't have 1,000 bags of rice and say you want to give 1,000 people. Guy, people are hungry. 5,000, 25,000 people will show up. So understand the multiplication effect. Budget over budget. It's better you have more than enough than you have less to cater for the crowd. Another thing you also need to understand is what? Put these things by cluster. Put these things by group. So say, okay, ages 2 to 5 line up here. Ages 30 to 40 line up here. Don't let everybody come together and say you want to distribute things for them. No. Put them group by groups. Those from Imo State, stay here. Those from Gerike District, come here. Even in the Gerike District, those from Area 1, come here. By the time you do it cluster by cluster, group by groups, let me say in a church, for example, now my church, they will say care group by care group. In Family Center, they can say cell by cells and the rest. By the time you do it cluster by cluster, you should be surprised that in a group, there are like 30 people, 15 people, 20 people. 10 people cannot do a stampede. You understand? So do it cluster by cluster. Ages 10 to 12. Even the ages 10 to 12, you will now say those that are these the guys come here. So do it group by groups. It will help you reduce the crowd. It will help you distribute these things easily and faster. So put them in clusters. Another thing you need to understand is if you gather more than 2-3 people, let there be an ambulance. An ambulance does not control crowd. The ambulance is not to control the crowd, but the ambulance is to give you what? First aid treatment. People have medical conditions. Some people, a little dust like this, asthma don't attack them. Some people, a little crowd like this, something has triggered in their system. So people have medical conditions, and because of the giveaway and the rest, they ignore those conditions and they come out in the crowd. So please, that is why you should put an ambulance by the corner, so that when such people have triggers that something will just, they have attack or something, the ambulance can come in just like a mobile hospital before they take them to the hospital. Most people that have passed, may God rest their souls in perfect peace, is because one, some of them have medical conditions that you don't know. So please put an ambulance in place. As long as you're gathering more than 5-7 people, let there be an ambulance in place. Another thing you also need to understand, you the attendee, you that are going to collect bag of rice, bag of oil, there's nothing wrong with it. But please, if the crowd is more than you expect, if the thing is becoming more than you can control, if the thing is more than your power, I beg go house. We have more Christmases to enjoy. You have more bags of rice to eat. So if you go there and the thing is becoming more than you budget for, I think there was one school, was it in Kefi or so, Nasarawa, I can't remember, one university that something like this happened. So if you go to a place, you want to go and collect rice, you want to go and collect giveaway and the rest, and you see that the crowd is becoming too much for you, I beg, step back. Your life is more important than a bag of rice. Just go home. Now, the last thing to understand is get security persons involved. Get people that are good in crowd control to do this thing. So get people that can do crowd control, civil defense, the police, security operatives. Let them help you manage the crowd. They know how to distribute the crowd. They know how to put the crowd in clusters. They know how to tell people to line up and the rest of it. So please, let's do these things and have a safe Christmas giveaway for everybody. People are canceling that giveaway. I think today I just cancel this one. If you can manage it, go ahead. If you can't, put these things in place. If you can't put these things in place, please ignore. But please, first and foremost, your life is more important than a giveaway.